Being live on WHITradio.org from High Tech High School in North Bergen, New Jersey, it is a Goochtrotters show. I'm announcer Max Wheeler, and now your host, Kevin.
Good morning, I'm your host, Kevin. Good morning, I'm your host, Kevin McKay, and with me today is Max Wheeler and Ahmed, behind the glasses, Max Scarlett. And today we're going to talk about a recent news, breaking news actually, about the Wichita plane crash. Max, do you have more on that?
Yes, I do. 4 people died after a small plane crashed into a flight safety building near Wichita's Mid-Continental Airport in southern Kansas Thursday morning, or this morning, should I say. Now, firefighters have engaged in a horrific fight for several minutes, but as they told CNN affiliate KSNW, the fire is under control. However, there are still people missing.
One question. Do you know if the 4 deaths were included in the plane or in the building?
Supposedly 4 people did die because, again, they were in the plane, but supposedly 2 were actually in
the plane?
In the building.
In the building.
And we have the video for you right now.
All right, thank you. Let's watch it right now.
You can see the plumes of black smoke. This could be seen from miles around. We do know that right now the FAA is saying that a twin-engine Beechcraft King Air lost engine power just after takeoff this morning. Again, this is at an airport. The plane crashing into a building on the property while attempting to return to the runway. Fire trucks positioned near there. Of course, that's what they do. I mean, you always have emergency services that are nearby. They rush to the scene from where they are, putting everything they have on this wreckage, obviously. The FAA is referring all questions at this point, and they are planning a news conference, which I understand they're in the middle of right now. But what we want to bring your attention to is a small plane crash that has gone into a building. As we learn more, of course, we'll bring it to you. Wichita, Kansas this morning. This is breaking.
Wow, that's crazy.
Man, rough stuff. And apparently the model name of the plane was a Hawker Beechcraft King Air.
And I'm aware that's a small plane, right? That's not a typical
twin
airliner.
engine.
All right.
Yes, I mean, it's not a Boeing 747 or
Yeah.
737, so, you know, yeah. But in all seriousness, though, I do pray for the families of the victims, and I hope that all of the victims are indeed alive, if
Yeah,
possible.
definitely.
Very much, yeah. We send our prayers to all the
You know,
victims.
I used to think ballet was girly, but I hear it's one of the
And
toughest workouts
well,
you can try.
in other news, there was actually a nurse that was released from quarantine. It's actually 21 days in quarantine, and this was located in Texas. Ahmed, you have more on that?
Yeah, a nurse from Central Texas has agreed to quarantine herself after working with Ebola patients in West Africa. The woman is not currently showing any signs of the disease, but her job, they want to contain her and make sure, you know, they just want us to follow safety protocols. And something else that happened is she's going to, at the governor's request, the nurse will be quarantined at her home and will be monitored twice daily by the Texas Department of State Health Services.
Wait, isn't there a video we're going to be playing right now about that?
There actually
All right.
is. All right, let's
don't
take a
we
look at
watch?
this app.
Patients in Sierra Leone has agreed to go into self-quarantine.
That nurse arrived at Austin Bergstrom International Airport this morning, and her identity has not been released. Governor Rick Perry spoke to her on the telephone. His office says he asked her to voluntarily self-quarantine and check her temperature for a 21-day period, and she agreed. In a statement, the governor said, "In Texas, we have a great tradition of welcoming our heroes back home, and this heroic individual deserves our appreciation, our compassion, and our utmost respect." A nurse in New England is refusing to stay in quarantine. Casey Hillcox also worked with Ebola patients in Sierra Leone. She is not showing Ebola symptoms, but when she arrived at Newark International Airport, she was forced into quarantine in a tent outside of a New Jersey hospital. She was released after threatening legal action. She went home to Fort Kent, Maine. Now a Maine state trooper is standing guard outside of her home, and she could be arrested if she decides to leave. Hickox says if the restrictions in Maine are not lifted by tomorrow, she will take issue through the courts.
Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel signed an order this morning requiring all U.S. military personnel be quarantined for 21 days after returning from Ebola relief efforts in West Africa. Fort Hood troops are among the forces deployed to Liberia to help build facilities to care for Ebola patients. The move comes at the recommendation of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and military families. Hagel said he hopes to have specifics about how this would work in the next 15 days.
Oh, man. Crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's really sad because
yeah.
these two women, they put their life on the line. They were at this scene, you know, treating all these patients, and I mean, I know you have to get quarantined, you know, just you know, for matters, because you never know, the disease might spread. But I mean, they put their life on the line, and
Yeah.
you know, they're being treated like this, and I don't find it that fair.
Yeah, and that one woman from Maine, she's forced to be quarantined. I think they should, you know, ask her. They shouldn't force her to quarantine herself.
Yeah.
That's definitely wrong. They need
Here's
to
the way
maybe
I'd put it.
rethink
You see, if you're not showing symptoms as soon as you return, because let's just say, how long would a flight from Liberia or Sierra Leone take?
I would say around 8 hours.
Yeah, around 8, 9
Okay,
hours.
8 hours. Now, each day is 24 hours, right? So if you're not showing signs within the first 8, like you don't feel, you know, even a little bit sick, maybe you should be watched, maybe check into a doctor every now and then, but
Yeah.
not to be pushed right into your own home. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Home is
then
your
they
freedom.
said they have a police officer right outside her house to ensure she stays in it. So, you know, they gotta change that and reconsider.
Basically, to me, it's just house arrest.
Well, I mean, on
Under
the
a
on the
name.
bright
That's
side,
all
I
it
mean,
is.
as at least she is in her own house, you know, her own property. There's people that are like in Africa that are like in closed camps. There's basically no breathing area. I mean, it's really tough out there. But you know, the disease we have right now, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Rough stuff, I'm telling you.
Well, guys, any other thoughts on these two breaking news, basically, or which are the plane crash and the nurse that was released from quarantine in Texas for 21 days?
Well, there actually is something I did forget to mention. About the Wichita crash, apparently the building did sustain serious damage, including the collapse of walls and ceilings. However, the time is not exact, but video shows the thick smoke rising from KSNW. The footage was released around 10:20 a.m. or at our time, 11:20 a.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, and exactly at what time was the crash again?
Again, unknown. There's no exact
All right.
reports from what I can see here.
And you said there was no one inside the building, right? On the
Yes,
back?
there were. There were 100 people in the
100.
building.
2 of them died, right?
Believable, yes.
Yeah.
Max, I actually just found a picture of the supposed plane.
All right.
Let's
Tell
take a
us
look at
about
it.
it.
Take a
Tell me,
look at
tell
the
me if
monitor.
this is the one.
All right, let's take a look at it at the monitor.
Is that the one?
Let's take a look
It's
here.
still
Wait, is it scratchy up on that monitor?
Actually,
No,
no, I
it's
can
fine.
see
No,
it just
good.
fine. Yes, that is a twin engine. That's twin engine Hawker Beechcraft King Air. That is the one.
Let's see. Hawker Beechcraft Air?
Yeah, Hawker Beechcraft King Air. That's supposedly the plane that crashed. Now, let's see.
Can we get like a measurement on the wingspan and?
Yeah, it's Beechcraft.
Oh, sorry. Let's see.
Let's take a look. Do they match
Yep, that's
up?
the plane.
Yep, that's the one.
Wow. That killed 4 people at least. Just hitting a
Again,
building.
people were in the plane, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes.
there's no cause for the crash. Is there like a reason the plane crashed? Was the altitude was too low?
No, you see, it lost an engine and it crashed while it was trying to return to the airport.
Oh, okay.
And speaking of that, we must oh, okay. Well, so anyone else have any other thoughts?
Well, you know, right now we're living in a moment where after post 9/11 years, and there's a lot of fear basically right now in the air. Not only with what happened in 9/11, but you know, there's these shootings in school. There's the Ebola disease, the Russian.
Man, with all these plane
War.
crashes and these shootings, we're living in a turbulent
wait,
time.
speaking
Yeah,
of
and
which,
people-
do you think this was a terrorist attack, or do you
No.
think
No.
Definitely not. It was an accident. It has to be an accident.
Too accidental.
Okay.
But you know, regardless of what it is, people are gonna jump to conclusions. You know, so a couple people are probably gonna mention it was maybe a terrorist attack.
Yeah, there was.
But as later, as more news comes out, you know, chances are it's not gonna be one.
Maybe we will find something out, but until then, we just gotta go on what we already have.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
we have a call.
Oh, we do?
Oh, what?
Okay.
So let's take
Here, Kevin,
answer
answer
the
that
call
call for me.
right there. Answering the call. It should be on. No,
I think
maybe.
he's on.
Are you on again? No?
I think so.
You think you're on? Maybe.
Hello, welcome to WHIT Radio. Who's calling, please?
Phone.
Hello.
Maybe not.
No
Hold on.
call.
The phone's ringing. I don't know. All right, do you?
All right. Well, like I said, you know, like
Jeez,
Max
how do we drop the
mentioned,
call?
turbulent times right now, and
Yeah.
it's really disappointing actually. You know, I feel like there's more exaggeration in the stories. However, like
Yeah.
for instance, the Ebola case. I mean, people were basically going nuts over it, and supposedly there was a few cases in New York, but I remember when Ebola was first brought up, there was more of a fear for it than there is now, and I feel like there's a lot of exaggeration in the media right now. But then again, you never know what's like true or false. But yeah. Any ideas on that, guys? Any thoughts?
Yeah, they were just all rumors, especially the only proven place I'm pretty sure was Texas that had Ebola.
Yeah.
So other states, as of right now, there's no need to worry. In Texas, they're taking care of it.
Yeah.
So people shouldn't worry about that.
Yes, I will definitely agree with that one. So,
Well, we're gonna have to wrap it up for now.
yes.
I'm your host Kevin, and in the panel we had Max Wheeler and Ahmed Awadala, and in the glass we had Max Scarlett.
I will
and,
close us out.
No.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for listening to WHITradio.org. As always, please tune in and call in 201-854-8224. We will have our lines working much better as soon as we can. Give us a call and have a good day, y'all.
Good job, guys.
We got this.